Terry Irwin's journey is a deeply moving tale of love, loss, and resilience. From the outside, the Irwin family has always been a shining example of hope and togetherness, known for their passion for wildlife and their unbreakable family bond. However, behind the scenes, they have faced challenges that would bring even the strongest to their knees. For Terry, the matriarch of the family, the road has been one of profound heartache and remarkable strength. Her story of enduring pain began when she was just 14 years old, shaping the determined and compassionate woman she would become. When she met Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, her life transformed in ways she could never have imagined. Together, they built not just a family but a shared mission of protecting and celebrating wildlife. Steve's infectious enthusiasm and larger-than-life personality made him a household name, while Terry worked beside him, helping to build their legacy of conservation. However, their world was shattered in 2006 when Steve tragically died in a freak accident involving a stingray. His passing devastated millions around the globe, but for Terry, the loss was incomprehensible. She lost not just a husband but a partner, best friend, and co-creator of their dreams. She has often described the immediate aftermath as a time when she felt utterly lost, unable to imagine a future without Steve. Yet, Terry refused to let grief define her or overshadow the legacy they had worked so hard to build. She made a vow to herself and to Steve's memory. The mission to protect wildlife would live on. It wasn't just a promise to her late husband. It was also a commitment to her two young children, Bindi and Robert, who needed their mother to be strong. "I had to do it for Steve, for our kids, and for the animals," Terry once explained in an emotional interview. Under Terry's leadership, the Australia Zoo became more than just a family attraction. It became a hub for global conservation efforts. Terry threw herself into monumental tasks, such as expanding the zoo's facilities, launching wildlife rescue programs, and preserving endangered species. One of the most significant projects was the Australia Zoo Wildlife Hospital, which has treated tens of thousands of injured animals and has become a cornerstone of the family's conservation efforts. Terry's passion for conservation and her unrelenting work ethic turned the zoo into a living testament to Steve's vision, ensuring his dream would thrive. As a mother, Terry's focus shifted toward supporting Bindi and Robert through their grief while encouraging them to embrace their father's legacy. Bindi, who was only 8 years old at the time, delivered a tear-jerking speech at Steve's memorial service, calling him her hero and promising to carry on his work. Years later, her love for wildlife blossomed into a career in television, culminating in winning an Emmy for her show, Bindi the Jungle Girl. Watching her daughter achieve such remarkable milestones was an emotional and proud moment for Terry, a symbol that even in the face of tragedy, the seeds of hope could grow. Robert, who was just a toddler when Steve passed away, grew up to become a world-renowned wildlife photographer and conservationist. His stunning photographs have won international awards, raising awareness about endangered species and environmental issues. Terry often remarks that watching Robert reminds her of Steve, not just because of his physical resemblance, but also his infectious enthusiasm for wildlife. "When I see him with a crocodile or snapping photos of wildlife, it's like looking at a younger version of Steve," she once said, holding back tears. For Terry, these moments are bittersweet but overwhelmingly beautiful. Terry has remained an open book about her grief, sharing her struggles and triumphs with honesty. She has given numerous interviews and speeches about the challenges of losing Steve and how she found the strength to keep going. At a conservation event, she admitted, "There were days when I didn't think I could do it. But then I'd look at my kids and remember what Steve used to say. If you're doing what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I realized that this work wasn't a burden. It was a gift." Her vulnerability has inspired countless fans who see her as a symbol of perseverance. Through her authenticity and her ability to share the raw emotions of loss and love, she has helped others who have faced similar challenges find hope and healing. Today, the Irwin family continues to honor Steve's legacy in ways that exceed even his wildest dreams. Terry's efforts have led to the expansion of their conservation work on a global scale, inspiring millions to care for the natural world. Through Bindi's and Robert's remarkable achievements, the next generation of the Irwin family carries forward the torch of wildlife protection with pride and determination. Terry Irwin's journey is one of immense strength, love, and purpose. She stands as a testament to the power of resilience, proving that even in the face of unimaginable loss, it is possible to find hope and continue building a dream. Her story reminds the world that the Irwin legacy is not just about one man but a united family devoted to making the planet a better place for all living creatures. Robert Irwin's journey is one of resilience, boundless passion, and a deep commitment to carrying forward a family legacy rooted in conservation and love for the natural world. Born on December 1, 2003, in Queensland, Australia, Robert entered the world under extraordinary circumstances, destined for a life unlike any other. From the moment he could walk, his life revolved around animals, adventure, and the preservation of wildlife. Raised within the walls of the Australia Zoo, a place that served both as home and sanctuary, Robert's childhood was a symphony of nature's sounds and sights. His father, Steve Irwin, the globally adored crocodile hunter, and his mother, Terry Irwin, instilled in him a profound respect for the environment, a love for animals, and an unshakable belief in the power of conservation. Imagine growing up in a world where crocodiles basked in the backyard, kangaroos hopped freely through your playground, and exotic reptiles shared your everyday existence. For Robert, this was not a fantasy but his reality. Unlike many children who observe animals from the safety of enclosures, Robert's experiences were entirely hands-on. Under Steve's watchful eye, he learned to handle reptiles with confidence, feed kangaroos with gentle care, and understand the intricate connections within ecosystems. These were not merely lessons in animal care. They were life lessons in compassion, responsibility, and the delicate balance that sustains all life on Earth. Tragedy struck the Irwin family in 2006 when Steve passed away in a freak accident involving a stingray. The loss was a devastating blow not only to the family but to millions of fans worldwide who mourned the crocodile hunter. For Robert, who was only 2 years old at the time, his father's legacy became a guiding light thanks to Terry's unwavering determination to keep Steve's mission alive. She ensured that both Robert and his sister, Bindi, stayed connected to their father's dream, a mission they would carry forward with pride and dedication. Even as a young child, Robert's passion for wildlife was evident. He was a natural imitator of his father, often mimicking Steve's boundless energy and animated presentations. By the age of 4, Robert was already appearing on television alongside his family, showcasing his innate ability to connect with people and share his love for animals. His contagious enthusiasm and fearless interactions with wildlife captured hearts around the world. What became clear early on was that Robert wasn't just following in his father's footsteps. He was carving a path uniquely his own. As Robert grew older, his talents and dedication began to shine even brighter. One of his most memorable breakout moments came through his appearances on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Each visit became a highlight as he brought exotic animals, from sloths to snakes, to the stage. With humor, charisma, and a remarkable depth of knowledge, Robert captivated audiences, turning these appearances into a global platform for education and awareness. These were not just moments of entertainment. They were opportunities to convey important messages about conservation, endangered species, and humanity's role in protecting the planet. Robert's love for wildlife extended beyond public appearances. His talent for wildlife photography emerged as one of his defining pursuits. Starting as a hobby, his photography quickly evolved into a passion and then into a celebrated career. His stunning images, rich with detail and emotion, capture the beauty and fragility of the natural world. From intimate portraits of endangered species to breathtaking landscapes, Robert's work tells powerful stories that inspire action. His accolades include international awards, such as the Wildlife Photographer of the Year competition, where his dramatic image of a bushfire-ravaged forest became an iconic symbol of the impact of climate change. Beyond photography, Robert has taken on a pivotal role in the daily operations and mission of the Australia Zoo. From rescuing injured animals to leading groundbreaking conservation initiatives, Robert's contributions are as hands-on as they are visionary. One standout project is the Crocodile Research Program, where he tracks and studies wild crocodile behaviors to promote coexistence and habitat protection. This work not only honors Steve's legacy, but also pushes the boundaries of modern conservation science. In addition to his on-the-ground efforts, Robert has become a compelling voice on the global stage. His speeches at conservation conferences highlight the urgency of environmental protection and emphasize the vital role of younger generations. With a gift for making complex issues relatable, Robert inspires audiences to take meaningful action for the planet's future. His commitment to advocacy makes him not only a continuation of his father's legacy, but also a trailblazer in his own right. Through every triumph, milestone, and quiet moment of reflection, Terry Irwin has stood steadfastly by Robert's side, filled with pride and love. For Terry, watching Robert evolve into an accomplished conservationist and celebrated wildlife photographer has been an emotional journey. She often describes moments when Robert's mannerisms, passion, or smile remind her of Steve. These bittersweet memories are a testament to the enduring bond the Irwin family shares, rooted in love, resilience, and their collective mission to protect the natural world. Robert Irwin's transformation from a curious boy toddling behind crocodiles to a global ambassador for wildlife conservation is nothing short of extraordinary. His story is one of hope, determination, and the profound impact of pursuing one's passion with heart and purpose. As Robert continues to inspire millions around the world, whether through his photography, conservation work, or public advocacy, he carries the Irwin legacy forward while leaving an indelible mark of his own. For those who have followed his journey, it's clear that Robert's story is far from over. He is a living testament to the idea that one person, driven by love and determination, can make a world of difference. Robert Irwin's journey as the son of the legendary crocodile hunter, Steve Irwin, has been one of immense pressure, transformation, and purpose. From a young age, he grew up under the watchful eyes of fans who adored his father. But instead of being overwhelmed by these expectations, Robert has charted his own course, becoming a beacon of hope and inspiration in the world of wildlife conservation. One of his most remarkable milestones has been his work as a wildlife photographer, where his breathtaking images of animals in the wild have gained international acclaim. A standout moment came when his photograph of a bushfire-ravaged forest in Australia, depicting a small ember of hope amidst devastation, went viral and was showcased in exhibitions worldwide. For his mother, Terry, this was a deeply moving experience. Seeing her son use his artistic talents to tell stories of resilience in nature brought tears to her eyes. She often reflects on how proud she is of Robert's ability to connect with the world through his art, describing it as if he's channeling Steve's spirit. Robert's photography is far more than a passion for capturing nature's beauty. It's a call to action, a plea to protect the creatures and ecosystems that face increasing threats. For Terry, watching her son blend creativity with conservation is like witnessing Steve's legacy come alive in a powerful, fresh way. Robert's uncanny resemblance to his father, both in appearance and passion, is something fans often comment on, noting his infectious enthusiasm, wide-eyed wonder, and fearless approach to wildlife. For Terry, these moments are bittersweet. During one memorable segment on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Robert confidently handled a massive snake while educating the audience, much like Steve had done countless times. Later, Terry admitted she couldn't hold back her tears, feeling as though Steve was standing there again. Yet, Robert's approach is undeniably his own, not just carrying his father's torch but igniting a fire of his own. For any parent, watching their child grow is a deeply emotional experience. For Terry, seeing Robert transform from a curious child mimicking his dad at the Australia Zoo into an accomplished conservationist making waves on the global stage has been especially poignant. In a family documentary, she reminisced about Robert as a toddler, following Steve around the zoo and imitating his every move. "He's always been a little Steve," she said, her voice filled with nostalgia. "But what amazes me is how he's taken that influence and turned it into something uniquely his own. As Robert matured, so did his ability to connect with the world. Once a shy and reserved teenager, he now speaks passionately at international conferences, advocating for wildlife preservation." For Terry, Seeing Robert address global audiences with such confidence often brings her to tears. She frequently expresses how proud Steve would be of their son and how that pride makes her own even greater. The Irwin family has become a cornerstone of wildlife conservation, their influence reaching far beyond their native Australia. One of their most ambitious efforts came during Australia's devastating bushfires when the family rescued over 90,000 animals and provided care through their wildlife hospital. For Terry, this moment symbolized the fulfillment of Steve's vision, seeing her children lead efforts to protect animals on such an extraordinary scale. Robert's global role as a conservationist and advocate for endangered species has inspired countless young people to care about wildlife and take action to protect the planet. His work often brings hope, and Terry finds immense reward in seeing her son's impact. "It's not just about what he does," she once said. "It's about the hope he brings to others." The Irwin family's journey is one of resilience and unwavering love. Despite facing unimaginable loss, public scrutiny, and the pressures of upholding a beloved legacy, they have remained united in their mission to honor Steve's vision. For Terry, the foundation of their strength is not just the love Steve gave, but also her own dedication to her children and their shared purpose. As the world continues to be inspired by the Irwin family, their story is not just one of conservation, but also a symbol of hope, unity, and a passion for protecting the planet. Their legacy serves as a reminder that love, for each other, for wildlife, and for our shared Earth, has the power to create extraordinary change. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like the video and share your thoughts below. To stay updated on more stories like this, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Let's continue to honor the strength and love that the Irwin family represents.